Okay, it's Wednesday, February 15th. This is an end of the day SPY recap, and today we end up with an inside bar on the daily chart with a green bias to it that closed near the highs of the day, but it's still an inside bar relative to yesterday. We never really went below the pre-market lows, and we kind of got a little bit above the pre-market highs, but never really took out yesterday's high. So what you have developing here, it's getting tighter and tighter and tighter. Actually, the way I see it, if I really zoom the daily chart out, ever since this little pullback up here, we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 8 days in a row that's just all inside. That's why it's pretty choppy price action and might be difficult to trade. But the kind of the daily structure each day is kind of setting you up for a little something, but we're just not getting the major follow through. And again, on the weekly chart, we're looking here to eventually break. This was this inside bar of last week to see if we get above or below. And now we're having, at this moment, even a tighter inside bar. So if it sticks this way, we're getting closer to either a powerful breakout, either up or down, or a powerful failure, either up or down from this inside action. But for now, it still looks like with 2 days to go in the week, we're skewing to the upside and might want to break out of this inside bar here, which takes you to this target, and again keeps our sights all the way up into this area after kind of moving up here 2 weeks ago, pausing, and now just continuing to consolidate. So anyway, that was it today. The only way to really get a down day today was going to be getting, like I discussed in the pre-open video, a move below yesterday's low. You could see here out of the gates with the pre-market action a little bit lower. First move kind of went up. It didn't really go anywhere with the green bar. Second bar started down. If you wanted to anticipate that this was going to be sort of a red breakout below bar number 1 and below the pre-market lows and reach our key level here at the red line, you could have, I guess, done that, even though you would see right away it didn't really close lower. Then all of a sudden it kind of tried down on bar number 3 and then it closed neutral. So by this point you kind of knew you weren't getting the follow through, and you could have maybe taken the very smallest loss if you're doing that. But then the question was, all right, at that point you're not breaking below the pre-market lows. You could see no big red bars heading lower. Your bias is to the upside anyway until really you get some kind of obvious strong move heading down and taking out yesterday's low. So at this point you watch it and it kind of went sideways for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bars before finally you got this breakout up here, and that would have been your buy signal on the day. You reached your first target pretty quickly within 45 minutes, so that's an area where you can take profits, scale out, pause. or know that expect a pause because you're taking out the pre-market high. So the question is, are you going to follow through from there or not? You get a little bit of a reversal bar, so that's why if you took your profits there, that's fine. If you held on and scaled out, then you're watching orderly pullback, kind of the midway point to that whole first area, and then you get your secondary buy up here, which took you to a secondary move on the day to new highs. So it was kind of a 1-2 kind of push up. But it still stayed inside of yesterday, so it wasn't really a powerful breakout day, and yet it was a bias to the upside day once you eventually, on bar number 6 here or so, or 7, got your breakout to the upside. So it set the tone up for the rest of the day. So anyway, now we see what happens tomorrow. We get the powerful inside breakout potential up or down, and it could be a failure too if we go up and try to, and can't, you can see all this liquidity so close, so you think if we break up we should be heading up there, and that should be the breakout on the weekly bar, but we'll find out. If somehow you go up there and fail and come back through the halfway point of this bar, that could be the signal to reverse and go short, and then see if you kind of get an outside bar to the downside and get towards those key levels to the the red line again. So again, and also if you start down and you fail going lower, you can come back up through the midpoint of this bar, and then that should be a clear sign you're eventually taking out these highs. So we have to see which way it wants to go to tomorrow, but it's definitely getting tighter and tighter and tighter, which generally means a powerful breakout is coming one way or the other.